Our guest today by Skype is Alice Heiman. She's a professional speaker, a professional sales trainer, and a sales coach, and she has a blog called smartsalestips.com. Thank you for being here, Alice.
My pleasure.
What could people do, most small businesses that you run into, what could they do immediately to start to jumpstart some sales?
Right. So today, what you do is you go to every existing customer that you have and determine if they're satisfied and if they can buy more of your products and services. That's a number one always. Go back to your existing customers. Now, if you're starting from scratch and you don't even have any existing customers, then I suggest you get some by possibly delivering your product or service to them for free or very reduced cost so you can get your very first customers on board and get some testimonials from them and get them to help you. So you may deliver your product or service for free in exchange for them spreading the word, introducing you to people, stuff like that. So if you have no customers, you got to start somewhere. Go find 10 companies and get them to use your product or service and agree in exchange for that free or reduced fee to help you grow your business. Now, if you've got some customers, which is probably where most people who are listening today and watching, they have some customers, you go back to them and make sure they're satisfied. I mean, literally pick up the phone and call them or email them, ask them how they're doing with the product, if they're happy, is there anything they'd like to see you do differently? Ask them, what can I do to help your business? Get that information from them, find out if they're satisfied. Of course, if they're not satisfied, fix it right away. But if they are satisfied, then find out if they can use other products and services that you have. And then the second thing you do is ask them for a referral to someone else. The easiest business you'll ever get is business from your existing customers and the referrals from those satisfied customers. So that's always the first place to start when you need revenue quickly, when you need more business now, today. That's where you start with your existing customers. I believe then the next easiest way to get more business today is to go out and network. Go out to events, trade shows, professional organizations, chamber events, other networking events, and meet new people and start to build a relationship. Do not sell. Biggest mistake some of my small business owners make is they go to networking events and try to sell their products and services, and nobody wants to listen to you sell your products and services at a networking event. They want to get to know you. Who are you? Why are you in business? What do you do? Do you care about them? So ask a lot of questions and learn about the other person, and don't talk about yourself at all unless someone asks you, and don't try to sell your products and services, but develop enough of a relationship at these networking events so that you can call them the next day or two and meet with them. See, my business owners that sell are not having enough meetings weekly to increase their business. So they need to have 2 to 5 meetings with new potential customers every single day. Imagine if you had 2 meetings a day with people who could potentially buy from you. At the end of the week, that would be 10. And out of those 10, 1 or 2 would buy. Now, if you need to sell thousands and thousands of what you have, then you're going to have to do some other things as well. Marketing, social media, advertising of some type. And you may need to make some cold calls, or you may need to use LinkedIn to prevent you from having to make cold calls, but that's a whole nother story we can talk about later. But there's a mixture of things to do. But getting out and networking and getting people to know, like, and trust you is just so awesome for small business owners, because those people can become walking advertisements for you. Even if they don't need your product or service, if they like you and they like what you do, they'll tell other people about it. And now you've just increased the size of your sales force. So you start with your own customers, making sure they're happy, selling them more, getting referrals from them, then get yourself out networking. Do it today, tomorrow, and the next day, and continue doing it every day. And then after that, you've got to do some marketing and getting the word out there. And it gets a little bit harder, because if you go, to cold calling, that's the hardest way to get new business. It does work if you do it right, but it is a hard way to do it. So email, newsletters, social media, all of those things can help you to generate more leads.